So a website is nice. What's even nicer for a local business? Google Business Profile. For your client, you need to become really good friends with Google and be very familiar with what Google has to offer. The first one is the business profile itself. So if your client hasn't created one yet, go ahead and raise your hand and offer to build one for them. As you're building a website, build this as well immediately after. So inside a good Google Business Profile is number one, the Google reviews. Customers that are looking for an electrician are going to go to Google first. They'll type it in, they'll say, hey, who's the best electrician near me? And if you have good reviews, that's almost an automatic win. You want to have a phone number that's available right there. The same phone number needs to be on your website as well. So Google is doing all of this verification between your website and what you're posting on the profile itself. If it matches, great, it's going to optimize it for you. But when it doesn't match, let's say you have a different phone number or a different address or a different city you operate in, Google is going to unverify your account. This blue check mark is going to go away, and then you can't run Google ads and your visibility is going to be drastically reduced. That's why people can't find some of the businesses on Google, is because their profile isn't verified. So you want to come in and solve that problem for them. The other thing you're going to look at is the profile strength. Make sure this is maximized. Google has all sorts of tips that they'll let you know, okay, make sure you have photos or make sure you have services listed. And if you follow all of their criteria, you'll have a nice green circle over here. So Google is very finicky. Let's go through some of these. When I first took over, this business didn't have a Google profile. And so I went ahead and created it. But because this service was operating out of their house, Google found it really difficult to verify their business because they didn't have a storefront. So what I had to do was go to their house physically and record a video using my phone and have a live video with Google rep on the other side as they're asking us questions about their business. Show me the street sign where you live on. Show me the mailbox. There's a number over there. Walk inside the house. Prove that you have access to this secure location. Show me the tools. And so me and this electrician are jumping through hoops saying things like, show me your business card. And then we show them a business card. They're like, no, show me a lot of business cards. How much is how many? And the electrician kind of holding all these business cards and I'm showing the video. It was a mess, but anyway, we got our verification and I was pretty impressed that this worked. So what we have done is contact all of the previous customers that this electrician has. They don't really have a CRM, right? So you have to go through line by line in their phone, all of the contacts that they worked with, or look at old invoices, for example, put together all of this data in their CRM in HighLevel, and then individually call them or text them or set up some kind of a drip campaign where you communicate with every customer. And when you call the customer, you want to act like you're part of the business. And so you would say something like, hey, this is Sonic from All Day Electric. We're contacting all of our previous customers to make sure that we have provided good quality assurance, a good quality service. Were you completely satisfied with the service that we provided you? If they say yes, that's great. You want to measure the tone that they're responding. If they say something like, yeah, I guess it was fine, then just thank them for the call and just hang up, and that's enough. But if they were ecstatic or they said, hey, this is the best ever. Yeah, you guys were fantastic. Okay, great. Now you can go to the next step, which is asking for a review. The way you ask for a review is right here. Ask for a review, you click on that. You have a review link that you can send them. So what I do is right when I'm on the phone, I say, oh, that's amazing. I'm going to send you a link right now that's going to ask you for a Google review. Would you mind clicking on it and leaving a 5-star review right now before we hang up? And 9 times out of 10, they feel obligated. They've already complimented us a few times. Now it's time to walk the walk. And so I share this link and they usually click on it. This is what they see. Immediately pops open the button to leave the review, which makes life so much easier for them because now all they have to do is hit 5 stars, say some nice words, maybe 2 words. Hey, they were great. That's enough. Hit post and they're done. I even offer that I can write you a canned message if you'd like, an informal paragraph if you want to just copy and paste it and make their life a little bit easier. Because the goal is to capture that review before you hang up. The other way to capture reviews is this QR code. Google already provides it. You don't have to go build it. I know HighLevel has an option, but why take a different QR code when you know this one's going to work? So you just right click it, hit save as, and then print it out if you want, put it up in a window. You can have it labeled on little cards and hand it to the electrician, for example. So it's waterproof. And then whenever you go up to a homeowner at the end of the service, they should be asking for some kind of a check, right? Hey, we just installed a circuit panel. Would you mind coming out and taking a look at it and let us know if there's any issues that we can address right now? You know, common good customer service type stuff. And so when the homeowner is happy or comfortable, that's the time to approach them. And hey, homeowner, were you completely satisfied with the service we provided you today? And they say, yes. Okay, great. Would you mind pulling out your phone, please? Here's a QR code. Can you point your camera at this? And so if they're comfortable, you let them do that. And then it opens up that same exact page. They leave you a 5-star review before you even left the property. How cool is that? And you can keep collecting these reviews over and over again. Now, you want to be cautious on who you give this link to, because if it's a disgruntled person, I've even heard scary stories of competitors leaving bad reviews just to tank your rating for a few days until you can call Google and try to fight that battle. So be a little bit cautious on who you share your link with. Don't just put it on your website and say, hey, we'd love to get a review from you. Because the moment you upset somebody or they woke up on the wrong side of the bed that morning, they're just going to leave you a bad review and then you have to deal with the nightmare. The other thing you want to do is photos. Have lots and lots of photos over here. And sometimes you just have to hound your client to provide them. Like, I know you're really busy, you're installing circuit panels, but whatever you're doing at the job site, take a couple pictures. It gets geotagged with your phone based on the location you take the picture. And then when you send them to me, just text them to me. I'll clean them up, I'll figure it out, and I'll plug them into your Google profile. The more pictures you have, the better. The other thing is posts. Google Business Profile is just like another social media site. You want to post daily, post often. I have an automation that posts automatically for this business. And the way the automation is set up, it's through Search Atlas. I'll show you that in the next video or maybe the one after that. But it basically posts based on the traffic patterns that it sees. So sometimes it waits a little bit, like every other day. Sometimes it posts every single day. But basically it's just making a post with an image, nice little paragraph, 418 characters out of 1500. We get a nice link back to our website. All of that is good stuff. You can check your performance and advertise. You can have your products here if you're selling something or you want to share something. In this case, it would be a service. So we list out all of the services for the business here. What exactly do you provide? What Google is trying to do is determine if this service matches up with your website. And if it does, then whoever is searching for, let's say, outdoor lighting installation is going to be a good match for Google to share your website link high up in their search. So make sure whatever you have listed here as services, you're also listing on your website, ideally in a separate page by itself. Folks can click on this and then schedule an appointment with you right through Google. You have Q&A as well for frequently asked questions. Fill those out as much as you can. We talked about ask for review, and then you have all of your contact information here. This is an AI agent phone number, so it answers 24/7. No more waiting. I know the missed call text back is pretty cool, but when you have a live agent answering the call, it's so much nicer as a potential customer. And if you have a Google Business Profile that's verified, from time to time, I like to come in here and run some ads as well. So if I don't see leads in a couple of days, then I'll run some Google ads to catch up, because we want to have leads continuously coming in, continuously calling. If we don't convert every single lead, we still have a nice influx of potential work coming in. And this is what that ad would look like when it's run. Okay, so that's Google Business Profile. If they already have the Google Business Profile, you don't have to create one from scratch. Then what they can do is make you a manager on that profile. You hit the 3 dots over here, you ask them to, and then you can go into business profile settings, people and access, and then you can add somebody. And now that somebody would be you, for example. Google will send you an invite link, and then you basically start managing it. So when you want to go to a profile, you go to business.google.com. Okay, business.google.com. And if you are a manager or an admin, Google will automatically bring you to this page. You don't have to log in anywhere specific necessarily. As long as you're logged into Google, which I am, I can tell with my profile here, it'll bring me straight to this page. The other great feature that Google offers is Google Search Console. Let's click on this one over here. So I have this set up for the client as well. And if you don't, you come over here to the top left. This is just search.google.com, by the way. So you come over here on the top left, hit the drop down, add a property, and you're going to use this one, domain on the left side. So for example, if I was to add a new domain, let's just go to sarasotapro.com, hit continue. It's going to give me this. Now, if your domain is purchased from GoDaddy already, like that registrar, it makes it super easy. You can just hit start verification. It'll have you log into GoDaddy or show your credentials and then automatically share the data that it needs. But if you're on a different DNS provider, it's going to tell you what records you need to create. Here you go. You're going to build a text record, TXT. And here's the value for that. You're going to copy this, and then you're going to go to GoDaddy, create a new DNS record like we did in part 1, create a text record, put the value, hit paste, save it on GoDaddy, and come back over here, hit verify. And then Google's going to communicate with your domain. And if that record was entered correctly, it'll verify it and then add your project to this list. And then you can start managing their domain. Managing their domain means you want Google to be able to go to your client's website and do something called indexing, meaning it'll go through every page and look for keywords and understand the pages on your website so that Google can start recommending your website and the specific page on your website effectively. So basically you come over here and you jumpstart it by saying, go down to sitemaps, and then over here, you'll have a domain. Click 3 dots and say, see page indexing. And it tells me what pages it's indexed and which ones it hasn't. And so whichever pages it has not indexed, I need to go verify why. Possibly it's a rogue link, for example, or a page that's just not visible from the public. I do have blogs coming out every single day, which essentially creates a new page. So I do have to stay on top of this. So how do you get down here in sitemaps? How do you actually add your sitemap.xml is you go into the sub account of your client, in this case, All Day Electric, go down to domains, click on that. And then you can see that I already have this one added. But if you needed to create one, you go to the 3 dots over here and you say XML site. Click on that. Make sure all of them are selected already. Select all of them like this. And then hit proceed. And then generate and save. So now that it's generated the sitemap correctly, I hit OK. And it's the same URL every single time. So once you do it once, you're good. I just had different pages created, one for each service recently, and I didn't add them to the indexer. So you just got to stay on top of these things. Okay, that's everything with Google Search Console. The third Google service is called Google Analytics that you need to be very familiar with. Google Analytics is the one that's looking at user traffic to and from your website, and it can track down to the page that customers went to. So if you ever ran advertisements, for example, you could track a user's journey from which ad they clicked on, and then what page they landed on, and then their journey through your website. Did they go click a product? Did they add it to your shopping cart? Did they check out? And so on. So in order for Google to be able to track all that, you have to create an account first in Google Analytics. Then you have to get their tag and put that tag on every page of your website. That tag is the one that's reporting back to Google saying, ah, yeah, users over here. Oh yeah, users in the shopping cart, and so on. So Google's communicating through that tag. So let's go ahead and create one real quick. Let's go create. I'm going to give it a company name, and it's going to be web, and then click web. Hit create. Okay, now this is the tag. Paste the code as high in the head of the page as possible. Okay, and then paste this code immediately after the opening body tag. So now what we do is we go over to HighLevel. And what they're saying is go into sites, and then go into your website, then click on your website. And then the high as possible means the overall tag. So there's one place that's going to be the overall that's under settings. And in here is where you would paste it. So I have these other tags that you don't want to mess with. I already have a Google tag in here. GoogleTagManager.com. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so now this is different. So right, so what we want to do is put this as high as possible, they said. So let's just go to the top. Hit Shift Enter a bunch of times to move everything down. Control V. And that's it. It doesn't matter how much gap you have in between, because this is a tag. You want to make sure you copy it exactly that way and hit save. Now that'll allow Google to be able to come to this website and track metrics. That same tag we're going to put in every page of our website as well. So go back to your website. So we were under sites. Last time we went into settings. Now we look at the pages. So we have 3 times 4, that's 12 pages. So for each one, you want to do this. Edit, go up here where it says tracking code. Click on that. And then in here, just the top thing, we're going to put that tag and hit save. Hit save to make sure it stays there. And you can hit publish too for each page. It doesn't hurt, but you want to make sure at the end of all 12 pages, you hit publish one time so it actually registers on the internet. Okay, so we're going to do this 12 times. So let's speed it up. Okay, everything is published, all 12 pages. And then it wants this other tag on the opening body tag and paste the code after the opening body tag. So let's go to our opening body, which is the home page. Then we're going to put this tag directly under that one. So right under there, I'm going to hit go and publish the whole page. Okay, now let's come back to Google Analytics. And we should have our tag submitted. So under our project, we can click on the container. Container quality, excellent. Container is sending data, no issues detected. Okay, great. View details and container quality is excellent. Now you may have some kind of a test option for yourself here. If when you click on this, instead of excellent, it might be blank, and you just enter your domain and hit test, and then it checks if the tag is there. And then if it is, it says excellent. So now we're good. So that was all 3 things: Google Business Profile, Google Search Console, and then Google Analytics. That's your Google package right there. Next, we'll probably talk about Search Atlas, which is a tool that GoHighLevel integrates with, and it helps you optimize your entire website, online presence. It's all automated, makes it super easy. And I've been using it for a while now, and I really like it. So we'll talk about that in the next video. Stay tuned.
If you want to try your hand at doing this yourself, instead of just watching,
you can use my HighLevel affiliate link in the description below. If you use that, you get an extended 30-day HighLevel trial, hundreds of pre-built AI agents, access to my Skool community, 40 plus business and marketing courses that I've built. You'll have all of my website template that you've seen me create. I'll even hop on a live Zoom call with you twice a week to help guide you and build your business with you. You'll have a direct line to me and also a chance to join my agency and run some of these businesses that I have, as well as take on my client. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.